Welcome to Capital City News, your connection to Salt Lake City government. I'm your host, Poonam Kumar. Today we'll be speaking with Elizabeth Buehler, Salt Lake City's Homeless Services Coordinator, about the city's long-term strategy to defeat homelessness. And our History Minute this week focuses on the Rio Grande train station. Let's start things off by looking at what's been going on in the city. Salt Lake City, along with community partners and officials, gathered on October 21st at the Public Safety Building to plant daffodils in honor and memory of gun violence victims. This annual tradition, a part of YWCA's Week Without Violence, serves as a symbol of hope for the community. To learn more about activities during this year's Week Without Violence, visit YWCA.com. As part of a Make-A-Wish Foundation event, 5-year-old Lucas Aguilar was sworn in by Mayor Becker as an honorary Salt Lake City police officer. And the SLCPD showed him what life as a police officer was like. He went on patrol, and there was even an emergency call that forced a helicopter to pick young Lucas up and take him to the zoo, where he helped a number of costume superheroes who were in need of assistance. The Salt Lake Exchange Club this week named Detective Cody Logie and Detective Veronica Montoya Officers of the Year for their work as advisors to Salt Lake City Police Department's Explorer Post 2471. As advisors to the post, Logie and Montoya work with more than 30 young men and women to educate them about possible law enforcement careers and to build mutual understanding. The program gives youth an awareness of the complexities of police service, whether or not they become police officers. Issues of homelessness are a problem in every city, but Salt Lake City is working to tackle this in a novel way. Elizabeth Buehler, the city's Homeless Services Coordinator, tells us more about how the city, along with community partners, are teaming up with service providers to connect individuals facing homelessness with social services and resources. Liz, thanks for being here today. So tell me a little bit about what the city is doing to address homelessness here in Salt Lake City.
So Salt Lake City is doing a lot of great things right now in providing homeless services. The biggest thing is the Metro Support Bureau, with the police being in West Downtown and downtown with 79 police officers 24/7. It's a great program. Biggest thing citywide that we're doing is the new homeless services strategy, where we're looking at 6 things that Salt Lake City can do better in providing homeless services. One is building more permanent supportive housing, because obviously the best way to combat homelessness is to build housing and get people into that housing. Other things we're working on is expanding community events, but also improving our day services so people have a place to go during the day.
Right. And one of the other things, a big issue is the panhandling, right?
For several years, we've had this great program called HOST. That stands for Homeless Outreach Street Teams. And what that is really, I'm sure people have seen it if they ever visit downtown, are these red parking meters around downtown. So instead of giving money to a panhandler, you have an option to put money in the meter. All that money goes directly to our great homeless service providers. Again, like the Road Home, Volunteers America, Catholic Community Services, 4th Street, others. But the great thing is we're now expanding that program. We're doubling the number of meters downtown, and in a couple of months we're also hoping to expand meters into Sugar House and other parts of the city.
How is Pioneer Park and the Gateway area expected to transform in the next couple years?
You know, we have a lot of great new development coming in. Right behind us is Broadway Park Lost by Clearwater Homes. Garbett Homes is about to start building, and our city's own redevelopment agency is developing property on 500 West. So this is just a great opportunity to bring new residents into this area. At the same time, as I mentioned, we're changing how we provide homeless services in Salt Lake City. So that combination, it will really change the look of the neighborhood.
What should the public know about this process?
So unfortunately, there aren't really any short-term quick fixes to this issue. This is something that the city has been dealing with long-term, and it'll take a while to see some changes. As I mentioned, that this homeless services strategy, this is actually a year in the making for us. But really, we are making definite changes, not only to make people's lives better, but also improve the community.
What successes have we already seen?
We've seen some great things. Maybe the most visible is our clean teams. That's a partnership with Salt Lake City, the Downtown Alliance, and Valley Services. What we've done is we've actually used people who use the Wiegand Center and other homeless services, and we've employed them to do trash pickup and also small property maintenance around this neighborhood. Had a lot of great success with that, and the neighborhood has visibly improved because of it. Again, the Metro Support Bureau, our police force does an excellent job in community policing tactics, and it's just great to see them out here.
What can the public do to help?
You know, there are a lot of ways the public can help in this situation. One is do not give to panhandlers. We have a lot of great service providers out there. It'd be great if you support them directly. So contact the Road Home, Catholic Community Services, the Rescue Mission about trying to find volunteer opportunities. There's also ways for donations, cash and supplies. So just reach out. All this information can be found on our website, slchost.org.
Great. Thanks for sharing this information with us today,
Thank
Liz. Next, let's hear a little bit about District 5 from Councilmember Erin Mendenhall.
Hello, I'm Erin Mendenhall, Salt Lake City Councilwoman representing District 5. District 5 extends from Interstate 15 to 1300 East with some exceptions, and from 2100 South to 900 South. It's home to turn-of-the-century neighborhoods and a community feel with tree-lined streets, community ballparks, and dog parks. Liberty Park, a recreational jewel of the city, provides myriad opportunities for outdoor play and relaxation. It's a gathering place for thousands of families year-round. District 5 is also home to the 9th and 9th Business District, which is as eclectic as it is walkable, featuring local businesses, restaurants, boutiques, and summer street fairs. It's a daily stop for many District 5 residents and a big draw for non-residents as well. The Smiths Ballpark, home of the Utah Bees, brings baseball fans from far and wide to the area for a favorite family pastime. I encourage residents to get involved in District 5 by joining one of our community councils, which include Ballpark, Central City Liberty Wells, East Liberty Park, East Central Liberty Park, and Wasatch Hollow.
And now it's time for our History Minute.
Built in 1910 at a cost of $750,000, the Denver and Rio Grande Western Depot in downtown Salt Lake City was supposed to be an opulent answer to the Union Pacific Rail Depot just up the street. It opened with a barber shop, a restaurant, a men's smoking room, a women's lounge, a telegraph office, and a souvenir shop. It also served as a hub of activity for shipping soldiers to and from World War I and World War II. It was an increase in the automobile's popularity that contributed to the dwindling rail business done by the depot. By the 70s, it was sold to the state of Utah. Though Amtrak made use of it as a rail station from 1986 to 1999, need for that faded. Today, it's the home of the Utah State Historical Society, the Utah Department of Heritage and Arts, and the Rio Gallery. It's also home to many popular legends and ghost stories. Perhaps the most well-known is the story of the Purple Lady. The story goes that a beautiful black-haired woman in a dress, described as old-fashioned, was in a lover's quarrel when she lost her engagement ring on the tracks, throwing it there in a fit of anger. When she went to retrieve the ring, she was hit by a train. Those inclined to believe such stories report that the Purple Lady haunts the ladies' room and the cafe to this day.
That's it for this week's Capital City News, your connection to Salt Lake City government. Be sure to tune in next time to keep up to date on what's happening in the city. For Salt Lake City TV, I'm Poonam Kumar.